This is the Ryder and Lisa replay.
Brought to you by Action Furnace. Fixed right or it's free.
Time for the People Magazine's Sexiest Man of the Year reveal.
Drum roll, please. Of course he's related to me. It's Chris Evans, Captain America.
That's right.
And that's not why he won. If you don't know anything about Chris Evans, I'm telling you right now, this is long overdue. The fact that he has not won yet, that he's only now just winning, is wild in my opinion.
Can they win more than once? We
I don't
talked
know.
about this. Sexiest.
Can you win more than once? Here are the reasons why
Sure.
he's amazing. He rescued his dog and constantly posts about it. He's a true gentleman. He always helps women get up on stage at award shows. He's got an infectious laugh. He can rip a log in half. He can tap dance. He absolutely loves his family. He's a huge Disney fan. He can sing. He's politically minded, but not too pushy with it. He gives his fans gifts on his birthday. He donates to charity. Like, actually, the list goes on. He opens up about his struggles with anxiety and depression often, and he's always helping to erase the stigma around mental health. Mm-hmm. This guy deserves the world.
Some of it seems a little try-hard.
No, it's not. He actually is not a try-hard. He's
You're
not.
so defensive immediately.
He's so subtle.
Giving all the people gifts on your birthday, isn't that a bit try-hardy?
But it's not, because he's not going on every social media platform. He casually mentions it once on his Instagram story, and then you don't hear from him for a while. He's not that person where when you go to his account, there's 50 stories.
Right.
He's the best.
Yes, you can win it twice.
Really?
Here are the winners that have won it twice. Brad Pitt, Johnny Depp, George Clooney, and Richard Gere have all won it twice.
I could see why all of them have won it twice.
Chris Hemsworth, Michael B. Jordan, Idris Elba,
They've
David
won it.
Beckham, Channing Tatum, Bradley Cooper. No, those are just some other winners. Blake Shelton, who you completely disagreed with.
I was shocked that year. No offense. Okay, I'm not going to sit here and be so rude that I'm like, he's ugly. That's not what I mean. I was just confused because Chris Evans hadn't won yet. Who is the sexiest man in Edmonton? Ryder's trying so hard. He's like that meme. He's like that meme of the kid in class where the veins are popping out in his neck because he wants to yell, "Is it me?"
No.
Yeah.
Stop anybody that thinks that, though.
But actually,
Stop.
who is the sexiest man in Edmonton? If we had that award, who would win in 2022?
Connor McDavid is without question, though.
Yeah. Well, you got to have a lot of things to factor in. Are they kind? Do they donate to charity?
Right.
Do they open up about their own struggles?
Well, we don't want Connor necessarily opening up about that,
I'm
right?
not saying Connor wins. I'm saying Zach Hyman does.
Oh, he's like a children's author. Yeah, that's a good pick. So, likely one of the Oilers. But who else could be on this list? 780-784-7107.
Somebody just voted for Chad Cook. Thanks for your vote, Julie. So he is a DJ that's been working here at Play 107 for probably over 10 years now. He spins on Friday nights.
Yeah, she says sexiest man on the radio, even if it's only Fridays.
Honestly, he should be a contender because it's not all about looks. If you know,
That's kind of rude.
no, he's very attractive, but I'm telling you that there's so much more to that man. If you don't know Chad Cook, you need to listen to his show and support him because he is one of the most wonderful humans in the world.
Yeah, I would agree. Definitely Leon Draisaitl. That's from Amanda. That man takes the cake.
Yeah, he's up there. Doesn't talk enough, though.
When he does, he swears, though. Gotta love that.
Yeah, it's pretty hot.
When he swears on the Jumbotron, that boosts him a few spots for sure.
We got a couple Don Iversons.
Yeah, he's a good-looking man.
What's he doing right now, though?
Probably making a lot of money in the private sector. Smart man as well.
Smart man.
He got sick of just the negative feedback constantly. Being in politics right now is a tire fire. I can't imagine choosing that as a career. Like, you know what I want to do? Go and get made fun of all day,
the
no
time.
matter what I have to say. Like, just getting torn apart. So.
I'm actually very stuck on other public figures that are from Edmonton. So I guess.
What about the Stankster?
Oh, the Stankster is pretty cute.
Gord Stanky, he is a handsome devil. He rides a motorbike,
He does.
plays a guitar.
Plays in a band.
Retired now. Is that sexy? He's got lots of time for you.
Yeah, that's true. He actually sat beside me at the Eagles concert.
Okay.
And we have a mutual friend that he was texting. And they wrote me and they said, Gord Stanky was very impressed with how many words you knew from the Eagles songs. And I was like, I am so flattered.
That's
So
actually
he's up there.
a huge compliment.
It's Lisa's Life Hacks on Play 107.
Have you heard of the term gentle parenting? For some reason, it's popping up more and more on my TikTok algorithm, and I don't have kids, but I am watching these videos from beginning to end.
Well, and that's how TikTok works. That's why it continues to pop up. They know you're watching it.
Now, the reason I'm so intrigued by it is as an aunt, like, for example, this weekend I was with my niece and nephew. I went to my niece's ringette game,
Yeah.
and my nephew was sitting beside me in the crowd. I brought a bag of popcorn. He was so pumped. He grabs the bag.
You
he's
wait, you
eating
brought
it.
your own food into a hockey rink?
Yeah.
Is that allowed?
Yeah.
I don't think it is.
Well, it was just like at a rec center.
Yeah, I still think that's breaking the rules.
Well, the vending machines weren't working. Trust me. I already
just
tried them.
kidding.
Anyway, so he's eating the popcorn, right?
Yeah.
And he spills the bag. I wanted to immediately get mad
Yeah,
because
Jersey him.
Jersey him.
Yeah.
He was sitting with me. Then I stopped and I had to think. I had to respond, not react. Mm-hmm. I had to go, why would he purposely do that? He's so excited to eat the popcorn. I'm not mad. It's just an accident.
Yeah.
Accidents happen. And it's so interesting because I was watching a video on TikTok of a mom and her toddler, and they were both filling up their own milk bottles, and the baby spilt the milk. And even me watching, I immediately got scared, like, of how the mom was going to react. And that's a generational traumatic response.
Okay.
From, I think a lot of us, if you're listening right now, maybe you were raised in a house where if you spilled something, you were in trouble, or your parents screamed at you, or it was frowned upon and you were in trouble. But it's just an accident.
Right.
So I think gentle parenting is this kind of new concept where parents and elders are just learning to respond instead of react. Because what is the benefit of screaming at a kid when they genuinely didn't mean to do something wrong?
Right.
But I thought it was so interesting how my body tensed up when I was watching that video. But the mother she responded, she didn't react. And she paused for a second. You can see her initial reaction
Would have been
to get
what
mad.
are you doing, you little dumbass?
But the kid's a toddler, so she shifted to support. Instead, she said,
Yeah.
"Uh-oh, I guess you're not getting as much milk today." And that was the end of the conversation.
Kind of rude.
But like, whatever. She responded. She didn't react. So I'm looking more and more into gentle parenting as an auntie. And I'm around your daughter a lot in the house. And why would you get mad when it's just a simple mistake that every kid is going to make? They're clumsy. They're going to spill.
That's the only time I would have a rough time with this gentle parenting thing is if I had a really clumsy kid. Then you're like, okay, figure it out.
But you still have to.
Yeah, I know.
You can't be screaming at them because something will trigger a response in me when I spill something or break something because there's just reminders of being in trouble for that. Not that
Right.
my parents were terrible, like they were amazing, but it seems like that generation, if you did something wrong, you got in trouble.
Yeah, there's also the expression don't cry over spilled milk. So maybe it's just like in kids to constantly be worried about that kind of stuff. Like
You
they're
know
just
what?
embarrassed, right?
Yeah, maybe, because even in this video, this is a toddler, can't even speak yet. And as soon as the milk spills, she looks at her mom for a reaction.
Right.
Which I thought was really interesting.
Like they think, most kids think their parents are going to be so mad. And like, I don't know where my daughter learned that from. Because, the other day, settling in for a movie, it was
I will say, before you even tell the story, you have always been a natural, gentle parent, though.
oh, thank you.
You don't get mad, it seems. You just have lessons. Like, there's no argument.
Well, I think there are great opportunities for lessons. Yeah, like, hey, when you paint on the kitchen table, put some newspaper down, or else you got to clean it again, like you have to right now. But, like, why would I be mad that there's paint on the table? That's her doing crafts. I'd rather her do that than be stuck to a TV. But, yeah, she ended up kicking over the side table. And it was the last ounce of rye I had. I was just having like a nightcap while we watched this movie. And I knew it was the last.
You wanted to get mad, right?
I knew it was the last ounce, and I was like so excited for this.
But she doesn't know it's the last ounce.
No, of course not. But she looked like, I think she even teared up.
Yeah.
I was just like, hey, what? This was an accident. Just help me clean it. You grab the ice, and I'll suck the liquid out of the carpet. Hearing from people who think that you can't always take the high road as a parent. Sometimes you gotta find a different path. And it's important to mix in that a little bit. You've got a story about a time your parents didn't take the high road necessarily. What do you got?
I was about grade 8, I think, and my brother was in like grade 5. He was in elementary school, like just like right beside me. And I was in the junior high, and he was getting picked on by some big kid like in grade 6. And my parents talked to the office like 5 times, and this kept going on. So we're sitting at the dinner table, and my brother starts crying, saying he got pushed down the stairs today. And so my dad asked, the teachers did anything? No. So my dad just turns to me, and he's like, can you make it to your brother's school at lunch and make it back in time? And I was like, yes, I can. And that's all he said. So I went there the next day and showed up as the big brother and put the fear into the kid, and he never bugged my brother again. So sometimes,
Okay, that is
sometimes
amazing.
as a parent, you can't just take the high road.
Yeah, you're right. Sometimes you got to get a little greasy.
No, call him the big brother.
I just love, Shane, that your dad only had to say one thing to you. He didn't have to give you
Yeah,
details.
he just gave you the nod like a motorbike
Yep.
gang.
You understood the assignment, and you got it done.
I understood the assignment. I understood the assignment.
Put the hit out. No, not many words.
1K wordplay.
We are joined by Kristen, caller 7. Here's how the game works. You're going to pick a teammate. That person will leave the room. They can't hear what's going on outside of the room. We're going to give you 5 words. You tell us the first word that comes to mind for each. 25-second timer on that.
Yeah.
Then we're going to invite your teammate back in, give them the same 5 words. For everyone that matches, it's $25. If you hit all 5, it's $1,000.
Who's your teammate today, Kristen?
I'm going to go with Ryder today.
Get out of here.
Heck yeah.
Okay, so I am going to say the first word, and then I'm going to start the timer for you. Okay, Kristen?
Okay, sounds good.
Just waiting for Ryder to completely be out of the studio. Okay, we're good. Kristen, what comes to your mind when I say eclipse?
Sun,
Guitar.
music,
Newborn.
baby,
Gravy.
potatoes,
Luggage.
travel.
Woo! Nice and quick. You did great.
Thank you.
She did so good. It's going to be a good day. I can feel it.
What if I'm off?
Well, you better not be.
We got this.
You got this. Let's win some money. Ryder, what comes to your mind when I say luggage?
Travel?
That is correct.
Okay.
You really had me worried for a
Well,
second.
vacation was...
Yeah, that's true. Packing. Could have been anything, really. Gravy.
I got 2 answers here. Fries?
Potatoes. It's okay. We're going to win some more money. We're going to win money today.
Thinking mashed potatoes,
I know,
but
or
then that's 2
fries.
words, so I went with fries.
Yeah. Okay, newborn.
Baby?
Yep.
That's the easiest one ever.
Yeah, you got to put some easy ones in there. Guitar. Let's make it $75 today.
Music?
That's right.
Yes.
And the last word, Ryder, what comes to your mind when I say eclipse?
Moon?
Sun. Moon is a good answer. That's what I would have
Yeah,
said.
it was.
All right, so
Well,
$75.
$75, Kristen. Congrats.
Perfect. Thank you.
Play 107, it's Ryder and Lisa. Thank you for checking out the show. It is time for Unsung Heroes, where we give shout outs to people, places, and things that don't always get the love and the attention that they deserve. Let me be your hero.
Shout out to Chris Evans for finally winning Sexiest Man Alive. He rescued his dog. He plays piano. He tap dances. He's open about anxiety, donates to charity, talks politics but isn't pushy, helps women get on stage at award shows. He's polite. He's talented. He loves his family. Oh, and he's hot. I'm just really hoping we aren't related.
Yeah, fair. Shout out to Chris Evans. I got one too.
Cool.
Being the sexiest man alive and by far the coolest and sweetest and funniest and best looking and nicest and awesomest Evans I've ever known.
Okay. Shout out to shoveling your neighbor's walkway in hopes that they appreciate it so much that one day they'll surprise you and shovel your entire driveway.
Yeah, probably not.
Probably not.
Shout out to the Oilers, who are the emotional roller coaster we all need to distract us from our actual life ups and downs for a few times a week.
Yeah, it's true. Shout out to Advent calendars. I already opened one personally.
You're already on day 14. Wow.
People don't need to know that.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Shout out to everyone pretending whatever the moon and sun did this morning was something they all know and care about.
It's a final lunar eclipse.
Do you know what the mom said to her kid when he asked her to explain if she could explain an eclipse?
What?
No sun.
Well, it's funny you say that because the eclipse this morning actually did have a sun. The sun lined up with the moon.
Let's pretend we care.
Shout out to the Starbucks holiday drinks and constantly telling myself I deserve one.
Yeah, you've been doing that a lot lately.
I know. It's so bad.
2 a day.
I've had a couple 2 a days,
Yeah.
yes. It's not good.
And finally, shout out to it being that time of year when you walk outside and the deep freeze makes it hurt to breathe a little. For a second. What a wonderful place to call home.
Mornings with Ryder and Lisa.
Hot hashtags.
This is a local story and it's trending. Seasonal parking ban goes into effect tonight at 7 p.m. So be aware of that.
As far as some things trending celebrity-wise, Matthew Perry is being talked about a lot. He was on Colbert and was talking about how he grew up with our prime minister.
Yes.
The story's pretty wild.
You grew up in Canada, in Ottawa, went to school with a young man named Justin Trudeau.
Yes.
Now, who gets recognized more in Canada?
I would say Trudeau. But you know, there was a big rumor about us.
What?
That I beat him up in grade school.
Did you?
I don't think so. No.
But you're not entirely sure.
No, my friends told me that we beat up Justin Trudeau, and I just believed them. And somehow he got the story, and he tweeted me, and he wanted to have a fight. And I said, "You have your own army. No thanks." And it ended there, thank goodness.
How could your life get any weirder?
I know.
The Prime Minister of Canada.
He said we've all wanted to punch Chandler at one time or another. That's what he said.
The verification check marks of Twitter are going to be applied to subscribers of the new Twitter Blue starting tomorrow, November 9th. Are you going to pay $8 a month for your blue check mark to remain, Ryder?
I don't know. Do they get grandfathered? Like those who have them, do they get to keep them? No, probably not.
I don't think so. I think you have to start paying.
But what if I don't update my Twitter? Will I just get to keep it forever?
No, I think Elon Musk will... He'll do what they do to the Apple phones if you don't upgrade. They just stop working.
Oh, yeah. I'd rather that. I'd rather it stop working than have to go out as a guy without a blue check mark. But I'm way too cheap to be paying $8 a month. No way.
No way.
And finally, hot hashtag Millie Bobby Brown, who is one of the best up-and-coming actors on the planet, said that she wants to play a pretty wild role. Her next one, she wants to be a real human. Here's her talking about it.
I want to play a real person, and I think for me, Britney Spears. I think her story, first of all, resonates with me. Just growing up in the public eye, watching her videos, watching interviews of her when she was younger. I see the scramble for words, and I don't know her, but when I look at pictures of her, I feel like I could tell her story in the right way and hers only.
After the first episode I saw of Stranger Things with Millie Bobby Brown, I said to you, this little girl is going to win an Oscar soon.
Yeah, at some point she will.
She is an amazing actress.
And actually, with her blonde hair, they look quite similar.
Yeah?
Same nose structure and everything.
The Ryder and Lisa replay.
Brought to you by Action Furnace. Fixed right or it's free.
Play 107.